right, coming to you live from the shop. Let's see what happened today in the market. What's up, traders? For starters, I'm going to let Chris Tucker tell you how I feel.
Pissed off, man.
Yes, you heard it. I'm pissed off, man. Why? Because, man, my day couldn't have been going no better until UAVS decided to just... Man, if I could punch somebody that work at UAVS, I will give anything to just punch somebody that work at UAVS as hard as I humanly can. Man, them jokers, man. Oh, they screwed up today. Okay, we ain't even gonna worry about the market recap today. We're gonna get straight to the body bag. Let me show you how my day was going until UAVS decided to tell a bold-faced lie. Boy, I tell you what, I want to punch them right now. Kick them straight in the nuts. That's what I want to kick them dead in their nuts. But all right, here we go. So let's go ahead. I'm going to share my screen. Okay, I'm going to show you how my progression of my day was going. All right, SNGX. This is what this one looked like pre-market. This is one of the plays that I took this morning. And we can see the only thing I don't like about this. First of all, let's go ahead and go over our 3 rules. All right, where'd the move start? Boom, right here. Okay, ran up here, came down. I don't like this weird long wick pivot candle. Okay, I don't like that one at all. Okay, but here's the pivot, right? And then where's the boom candle? Well, you can argue, of course, this one is, but look at the volume in this one, right? And then also this is another strong candle. So my mind frame said, okay, this is I'm gonna say that this is a good play here. Okay, so what happened? So we go into the back trading, and we'll see that as it came down, as opposed to get it at 173, I saw that the MA was right here, and it just looked too close to me. Look what happened when it came to this MA. It bounced. So I actually said I'm going to take it off the MA, and I took it at 168. Okay, 168, and it bounced. It only went up to 174. 76 was the highest. When I saw it attempted 176, I think at least 3 times in this little 10-minute frame, and it couldn't do it. I immediately cut it. Okay, this is for those who understand level 2. If you understand level 2, you understand what I'm talking about. If you don't, I apologize. There's just much to learn when it comes to this trading, and level 2 is one of the things you're going to want to learn. But it kept showing me via level 2 that it couldn't beat 76, and so I said I'm out. So I got in at 168. I think I got executed at like 173. Very small win, 2 or 3%, nothing much, but whatever. And that was a good decision. Why? Because look, it showed weakness and it faded. Why was I willing to get out of this sooner than I might have been able to got out of others? Because of all of this wick here. See, really, this means that this stock ain't gonna really it can climb anywhere from here to here. Who knows? Look what it did. It came to the bottom of this wick and it bounced, right? But the bottom line is, I was good. Okay, if you show me weakness, especially early, you should never be weak early. Early, you might have some stockholders who just said, "Hey, babe, look, we went to bed last night. The stock was at 130. We woke up this morning, it's at 192." Hell yeah, they're going to take some profits. So you expect profits to be took, and then you expect it to bounce. Profits are being took because they made a profit. That's what you're supposed to do when you make profits. You're supposed to take them off of the table, and then you let everything recalibrate, and then you buy again if you believe in the stock, right? So, I expected that, but when it showed that it couldn't really bounce, I said, okay, well, hey, I ain't got time for this. I'm going to go ahead and do what I got to do. So my morning by 6:45, we'll say 6:55. I'm like, okay, cool. I done made a couple dollars. Yeah, we could do that. All right, so that was my first, trade. Let's go ahead and let me share my screen again. Let's go to the next one. Okay. Now, the next stock we're going to look at is MARK. I had to go to the 5-minute time frame. This is a hard one to read because, man, this joker was running. Paul pre-market, hard. Where'd the move start? Boom, right here. Okay, where's the pivot? And that's where I had to find it. If I show it, well, you'll see it on the next uh, uh, chart because I have the 15-minute. The pivot, you had to find it in 5. Okay, so on a 5-minute time frame. Here it came down here to 50.07. Okay, and so I said, okay, that's the pivot, good. And then this is like the boom candle, right? But I'm not taking this up here, especially these smaller stocks, because they can fall, and when they fall quick, man. And you know, if you're in a 50-cent stock, it fall 5 cents, you already lost 10%, just like that. Okay, now what happened? I put an order in at 50.05. Okay, I saw this. It was fading. See what I mean on the 15-minute time frame, by the way? You didn't know where to put this candle. This line is here because I dug down, I drilled down into the 5-minute time frame to find where it was best. Okay, but anyhow, boom, here it is. Here it is. Here it is. I get here and I'm sorry, I lost my train of thought. Came down to 50.05, and then it tried to bounce. It couldn't get. I set my order initially at 55. 55.5 was what I was looking for, but it couldn't get over 52 for nothing. And so I said, okay, I'm gonna keep watching. I'm gonna keep watching. It couldn't get over 52, and so I put an order in at 52. I got executed fine. I'm okay with that. Look, it failed, and then it bounced, and it bounced very good. Okay, but I wouldn't have been a part of that. I got in on this candle. This would have been my stop. That's why I don't take big losses because I have very tight stops, and I'm okay with that. Okay, so I'm still feeling good. Okay, I'm still feeling good. Right now, here's what happens next. Okay, I'm watching UAVS because it's perking all morning. I wanted to get in. It didn't create an opportunity for me to get in. Everybody has their own criteria for what I was looking to do. Okay? So now, when I see stocks running during the day, I already have a game plan for them. I'm usually going to wait for them to pull back to one of two areas. One, the high volume, the candle that actually started the move that made this thing explode, the highest volume candle on the day. Or two, to the 20 MA on the 15-minute time frame. Okay, because you give it a lot of time, let it come back, boop, drop. All right, that's how that works. In the efforts of time, I'm gonna get straight to UAVS. There was 3 other stocks. This was a really good day. There was a bunch of stuff that was moving just like I like them. Okay, I'm gonna just give you a quick gloss over on that, sharing my screen with you. Okay, but CPE, I'm just gonna be quick. Look it right here. Okay, it pulled back deeper than you wanted, but is this? Oh, this. I apologize. I must have mixed them up, didn't put the right one, so I'm not going to even talk about that one. This is TXM. So I forget. It's okay. I messed that up. Let's just get to UAVS. Okay. Now, UAVS. The high volume candle was at 343. Okay. I put an order in at 350 when it was up here moving. Okay. It came down to 351 and then it bounced right here to $4. And I'm like, mother sucker, how could you? Are you serious? So I missed a good play by a penny. So I said, okay, that's fine though. I'm not worried about that. My next play on the stock that's moving is the MA. So the MA at the time was at 330. So I put an order in for 330. Anybody who played UAVS, you know what happened. Okay, it depends on when you played it. They dropped down and then it halted. It halted right here at 292. Remember, I got in at 230. I'm not even panicked yet. I'm like, okay, but it halted. Now I'm tripping because I'm like, okay, I can't do anything. I can't get out if I want. None of that. It halted for like 45 minutes to an hour. It felt like a damn day. Okay? And the bitch reopened up right here. 152. Oh my God. Hey, man, you want to talk about pissed off? I was at the highest level of festivity at that point in time. Mind you, the kids is running through the house being hella loud. My wife was asking me 20 questions. It was 21 questions, like, right. I was like, hey, man, you just gotta listen to me just for a second. This shit is crazy. Just let me I don't do, just give me a moment to process. Man, I was so hot. In fact, I got a clip for y'all. This is how I felt. This is how I felt when it happened.
Kill all these motherfuckers. I'm sick of fucking tired of this shit. Sick of this shit. I'm so fucking tired of this shit. Fuck this shit. So many motherfuckers fuck you. Fucking tired of this shit. Don't let me kill all you motherfuckers. Come on. Come on to me, motherfucker.
If you ever seen Boys in the Hood, y'all know what I'm talking about. If you ain't seen Boys in the Hood, do yourself a favor and watch that. That's still a classic. So I got popped. Okay, I went from 2 good winning trades, even though they were small, to a doggone 58% loser. What happened? So let me give you the breakdown. What I did not know, and here's where everything I did was right. One thing that I'm adding, here's the learning lesson that I will add forever. When I usually look at the news pre-market, I just kind of look at what they're talking about today. Okay, so UAVS ran yesterday, and the pre-market they didn't really have a lot of news. It was on continuation. But what I will from now on do is I will skim back and look at the news for the last 60 days. Now, our companies don't put out news every day, right? But when they it's something they want you to know, you'll see their articles. Okay, so I'm gonna look at the news for the last 60 days because when you go back to April 23rd, they said that they had an announcement at 11 a.m. Eastern time on April 30th. So they hyped everybody up. They had everybody thinking that they was doing some kind of business with Amazon or Google, right? As some unnamed partner. I wouldn't have read all of this stuff. I was like, oh man, y'all, that was a beautiful lie right there. So they had everybody pumped. Yesterday the stock ran. Everybody was like, oh, today it's gonna go, it's gonna be going to the moon. That was all the talk. I wasn't phased by none of that, which is why I didn't just buy it early and let it run. I always buy at a dip. I always buy at a dip. Period. I'm never gonna pay price for anything. I'm gonna pay a discounted price, okay? Or I'm not even gonna get in the trade, right? So I allowed it to come back. Didn't realize though the news. If you look at what time that happened, the stock started to majorly sell off at 8, like 10ish West Coast time, which is 11:10ish East Coast time, which is right when they made the announcement that whatever they was talking about was bullshit, right? And it tanked, and I just got caught in the tank. And so if I fault myself for not looking further back at the news. But everything else that I did was 100% within my plan. I was not shy. It was everything that I do. So it is what it is. Sometimes you just got to take them L's, man, and that's just what it is. So I will. I'm gonna take the learning lesson from that. Somebody asked me in the comments the other day, how come you don't, when you see stuff running, how come you don't just buy it? And I'm like, because I don't ever buy high, I only buy at discounts. But for that person who asked that question, I'll go back to this real quick. That's why. Okay, the reason why I don't buy high when this thing is running, I'd rather it come back. I'd rather something that's showing me that it wants to run, I'd rather buy it on a discount and then it runs again, as opposed to buy this up here because see all of this wick, this upper wick, this is all sell off, okay? And so this is not abnormal. Stocks that run they retrace, they pull back, they sell off for a little bit, then they bounce again in key areas, right? MAs have always been key areas. But the reason why for the person who asked that question is because if you get up here and the thing sells off, imagine this. Imagine you got in at 450 and this thing just sold off and you moved too slow or wasn't paying attention. And then this thing opened, it halted and then intraday gap down to 152 and was as low as 107 or something like that. A 103. Man, You talk about crater, you'd be devastated. So that's why I only dip buy. Now you know why I only dip buy. I could short, but I'm not into shorting because that's to me even more dangerous because you got to borrow. There's so many components of shorting. But anyhow, that was my day, and I posted my shit on properly. I don't hide from it, man. I got hit today. Bottom line, me and thousands of other people got hit today. Um, I, I, that's life. I ain't mad. I was mad, but I'm over it. I'm moving on. I had to relive it through this recap, but that's just life, man. You got to understand. I was telling my boy, you can't join a gang and then get mad when you get shot at. Like when you trading, you gonna take some shots. It's part of it. Sometimes, some shots is bigger than others. I took a big shot today, but I guess what, I'll be 5:30 in the morning West Coast, right on my computer screen, pre-market game planning, and ready for the next one. And it's all good. That's it. You got to have that mentality if you want to be able to be successful in this game. And the coldest part is I set these goals. I was $400 away from the goal, which had that trade been a successful one, or had I not taken that one and took this other trade that I was looking to take, I would have hit it today. Now we just gonna take the stairs back up, baby. We ain't worried about nothing. But hey, that's the day in the life. So you want to do this, you need to understand that these are some of the things you're gonna have to deal with. I'll catch y'all tomorrow, man. I'm gonna be ready. I'm gonna be juiced. It's gonna be a good day. Holla at you.